every vehicle has a chassis number. Okay. Now this is where it starts to, in the UK for the MOT, they track the chassis number, and the way they do that, I hope you have it. We open it. Or in the UK, the MOT tester comes along, cleans off the plate here on the top of the brake, reads off the SAL LDVB H7AA228536 and says, yeah, it's got a chassis number. However, that's not the chassis number. That is, the number is the chassis number. That's a chassis tag. That number is stamped into the physical chassis of the vehicle.
Hence the chassis number.
Hence the chassis number. And say that's just the chassis tag. So
is that what they refer to sometimes as the engine number?
No, the engine number is on the engine, stamped into the engine.
And that's not the same number?
It's not the same number.
How can they... sometimes you get that they need to match? They can't match?
No, they can't match. But you have an engine number which identifies the engine. You have a number on the gearbox which identifies the gearbox. You have a number on the transfer box that identifies the transfer box. And you have a number on the chassis that identifies the chassis. You also have numbers on the axles as well. That's A, for manufacturing purposes, and for B, for replacement parts. Okay, so but on Land Rover, you have a chassis number which is on the front leg, and it's always on the front right-hand leg of, say, for the series vehicles and the 9110 Defender. Okay, on the other vehicles, it's normally somewhere else. For Range Rover and Discovery, it's sitting down here in this sort of area. For the later Discoveries, Range Rover Sports, then it sits on the chassis down this side. For Discovery 2, it sits at the back on the chassis leg. Okay, but it's normally on the right hand side. Okay.
Can you read Rust?
And that one there, I should be able to read.
Rust.
Okay. However, again, before you take your vehicle, you can do, with a piece of sandpaper, you should be able to magically
That's cool.
And there we have.
Do you need paper?
And now, I don't know if I can get that, I can read the whole of the number. I don't know if you want to get it from this angle because you can read it a lot better. Or can you see? Yeah? Oh, okay. So there you go.
And here we have it on the paper.
And on the paperwork, it should be SAL LD VB H7 AA 228536.
Yep, check.
There you go.
Matching numbers.
Matching numbers.
You can see.
And also it says, certainly in the Netherlands, we go through the paperwork a sec, then we have the identification number, and it actually says where the number is on your chassis. So here it would be on the right hand chassis leg in front of the front axle.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah.
Do we need to take our paper with us?
No.
Go for the applicant?
Not here in the Netherlands. Okay, it used to be that you had to. Okay, in England you still do, and other countries again it varies. But in the Netherlands you don't have to take the paperwork with you. What happens is that when the car comes in, we look up the vehicle on the database.
Okay.
We print off what is supposed to be there and see if it matches the vehicle. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you don't have to take the paperwork with you. Okay. It gets around the problem of having a vehicle with false papers.
Okay.
Which does happen.
So the details are already at the IDV.
Yeah, the details are already there, and we just print them off. So, and they should match.
Okay.
So, the interesting thing, I don't know if you have it. No. Okay. If you lose, again, this is a Dutch thing, but if you lose your paperwork or you lose your number plate, then the papers are reissued, and you end up with a little 1 or 2 on your number, depending how many times you've lost it. Yes. I have seen a 3 or a 4. Yes, that does exist. But again, that should match. So the paperwork should have matched. Okay.
So we've pretty much gone through the checklist. Thank you.
It's okay.
And it's just a tiny little list. So to recap, we've got the bulbs for the number plate.
Bulb for the number plate.
So we just need another one. And those are those little
It's
dinky
always
ones.
best to do it in 2s because they're both the same age.
True.
Yep.
Okay, so it's the 2 little dinky ones.
little
We
dinky
just
ones.
take them out and go replace them with the normal straw. The seat belts we will probably need to change at some stage.
Yeah, see how it goes.
So
but
it's not necessary for this time. Maybe not.
But it depends on your tester.
Okay.
Okay. So don't be surprised if it fails. Then you know.
It will fail with that.
So it was, you know, it is possible.
So it is better just to replace
them. Yeah. If you're unsure,
Yeah.
it's always best to replace.
Okay. And then the wiper blades, they definitely need
They
replacing.
definitely need to be done.
And then the last bit was the ball joint rubber.
Yeah, the rubber on top of the ball
Yeah.
joint, and that just
Of
needs to
the,
be reseated
Pitman arm.
on the pitman arm.
Are you impressed?
There you
And for the rest it's okay.
For the rest it's
We've
fine.
done a visual check.
Done
of
everything.
that.
Yeah. On the cue.
Okay, so muddy has to be roadworthy tested. Tested for roadworthy. Why did you say that?
Cut. Shall we try that again? You notice that the continuity's fucked. Yeah. Okay. So you've got one shot there, one shot here, and between shots, just as I was about to explain the reflectors, the side lights went off. You know, continuity? Yeah, okay, that's why I've just
the
been
best
round.
boy's job.
That's the best boy's job, yeah. Well, I've just gone and put the bloody things back on again so that we can come back to this cut and go back and do it. Because otherwise it would look stupid. What the various requirements are. With the petrol, then it's the gas analyze. Start again. With the petrol, again, it's a gas analyst. Oh, fuck.